Good morning and welcome back to 2214. And in the previous video, we roughly introduced the class structure and the overall design of the assignment for the mail forward surface. Okay, and in this video, we will provide a pretty short description of the implementations. Okay, so if you have accomplished your logical design of the overall project, okay, I'm especially I want to remind you about one thing, which is the mail algorithm design. Okay, so when you actually send a mail to Alice and to address 1, you need to first search the address 1 in the collection. So if you search this address 1 as the current address in the collection, there are two possible conditions. One is yes, I find it. No, I don't find it. If you I'm sorry. If you do not find it, that basically means there's no forward entry associated with Alice and the current address 1. You can just send to address 1. That's a finish of this part. The problem is if there's a yes. So basically, if I actually find an entry for Alice at address 1, and I'm going to change it to address 2. But unfortunately, you cannot stop here. You need to search Alice address 2 again in this collection. So you need to do another round of collection search. Okay. I'm not 100% sure whether or not you can use recursion, but I don't recommend you do that. I would rather you do a loop. So basically, you need to go through. So as long as there is an entry mapped with Alice, the current address, you need to replace the current address and search it again. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, okay? And if you find the entry with the forward address, so if currently you're mailing to address 2, but there's an entry from address 2 to address 10, you need to change the current address to address 10 and search it again, okay? And you keep doing this until finally you find the last entry in this forwarding chain, and that will be the address you're going to do. So be very, very careful. It's not necessarily is a single, it's probably not a single search that you should quit. Okay, so be very careful about this part. Okay. And now, if you accomplish this logical design, you need to actually implement it, okay? So you need to new a project. You have a new project, and it's Java application, and next. And then you can name it whatever you want to name. At this time, we have not finished designing the test cases in WebCat. So we have not determined the file name and the class name, so on and so forth. But you can give it a name that you can remember, and then later when we decide the name, we will publish a separate document, and you can rename your class and the project and the package, and it'll be pretty easy. It's a few button click, and you can change their names. And so that we can submit. Okay, so you finish, create. Okay, so now you'll have, so eventually the main function will be here. Okay, you can see the element 4, 2214. The main function here, you're going to actually to initiate all the data structures, initiate all the data structures, and start to read the user input and a command, all the way and change the data structure, so on and so forth. And of course, and for this package, you can add a file. You can say new a Java class. It will ask what classes. You could say that a forward node class. It belongs to this package, so on and so forth. I will finish it. So now you have a node, and of course, it's very possible that you need to import something. Whatever you want, you need to import, right? You need to import data structure dot star, and you probably need to add all the 3 libraries, the data structures, the JUnit, and the other one. Let me see, what are they? You need to add a data structure, JDK, and JUnit test. Let's see. JUnit test, and so on and so forth. You need to import corresponding things. And of course, here you want to design the, you need to define the field, right? So you probably need to define the name, the new address, old address, are they strings or some other structures, and then you see all the getters and the setters, so on and so forth. Okay. And you can always add another file which will be your, the collection of the forward node, or the collection of the whatever data structure you're using. Is the array list, the heap, whatever, or linked list. You're actually going to use the forward node and form a collection of forward node. Okay, so in this way, you can have the classes that you just designed in the previous video and implemented here, and you can actually test the main function. Okay. See, the problem is the only way you can verify whether or not the whole thing work is to add the to have this function implemented. Okay. I would like to recommend you to do one thing. Okay, so I would recommend you to add a function, they call it method, add a method to dump out, or we call dump out is to print out all the entries in your collection of forward node. This function should be in the class of the collection of the forward node, should not be in this main function. Okay. The reason I think it will be very beneficial for you to add such a method is every time after you add or remove a node from that collection, you should print out whatever is in that collection for your references. So in this way, if you call add and then it says added, and you're going to say, okay, does it really add it into the collection or just print added and try to fool me? So you need to print things out. This will be a very beneficial way for you to understand whether or not the method actually succeed. Okay, this is just some hint you can use during your implementation. Well, I hope this provided you enough information for you to kickstart the project 4. And if you have further questions, I will be more than happy to answer that in the class. Or I believe the TA will help you in the help session. And make sure that you start early. Do not wait until the last 2 days. Don't wait until after you finish your turkey dinner and all the shopping fun, and then suddenly think, oh, there's an assignment 4. Let me finish this glass of whatever alcohol or non-alcohol drink. I will start working on it. Do not wait. Okay, by the end of the semester, you will be super busy. Okay, start early. Okay, thank you. I will see you in the class.